Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for watching CNXG. Today I'm doing another video on C-PTSD, and I've been doing this for a while now. Started a playlist. I recommend you guys go check it out if you're interested in watching this video. You might watch, or you might like watching the other ones I've made about C-PTSD. So this one's about isolation. I decided to talk about this because I've had a lot of questions lately in my Q&A videos about, I'm isolating. Is this okay? Is it normal? Will I be okay? Am I okay to keep doing this forever? So people seem to not really understand why we isolate and, how it affects us. So first of all, I want to say it's normal. It's a normal feeling. And I always say this, it's a normal reaction to an abnormal situation, isn't it? So it makes sense that we want to withdraw from society. We want to be by ourselves. Here's some feelings that I'm sure some of you can identify with. Helpless, hopeless, constant worry, nobody wants to be around you, weight loss, suffering, feelings of burden, don't want to burden anyone, betrayed, betrayal, nobody understands. I'm sure if you guys are isolating from an emotionally abusive relationship, you guys can identify with some of those, if not all of them. We know what love is by our parents, and so that means we need to be needed. There's something to that. So we didn't care about our own feelings growing up. You typically, if you have CPTSD, you may not have the kind of parents that were really attentive to your needs, and you may have been somewhat attentive to their needs. That's kind of how it works, usually, typically. So we tend to other people's needs and feelings, and we're aware of them, and we're not so much aware of our own feelings. When we aren't needed, we may feel like we aren't loved. Okay? Isolation is definitely a form of depression. So I'm sure all you guys that are isolating by yourselves, being alone, withdrawing, can identify with being depressed. Normal. Okay? Depression is the past. You just went through a horrible experience, horrible traumatic experience, and none of your expectations have been met. None of your hopes seem, unimportant, not necessary. No more hope. And it's shattering. So we withdraw. And I want you guys to know why I think it's normal. When animals are sick and dying, they withdraw. They go and isolate. They go and be by themselves. If you think of... if you don't know this already, but the Native American Indians will be, if they're traveling, some of them are nomadic and they're traveling. And when an old sick person is sick and is dying, they veer off the trail and they go die by themselves and they let them. It's just a natural thing we do without getting into so much why. Just try to accept that it's something natural that we do. Okay? Animals do it. We do it. And I think a big feeling is, I think instinctively, subconsciously, we understand that the whole is more important than us. And I think more so, we don't want to burden anyone. But I'm going to tell you why that's counterproductive. This whole situation is counterproductive. Okay? This is all about relationships, you guys. From the very first relationship we have with our caretakers, to relationships we formed growing up, friendships, people we dated and lived with and loved. It's all about this. So we need to learn and grow from this experience, not give up. Okay? What I think is going on is we don't just give up on society, we give up on ourselves. We can't do this. This is never going to work. It's never going to get better. And, we're building up phobias. Okay? We're building up phobias that we can't handle another relationship again. We can't handle losing someone again. We can't go through the type of things we went through while we were dating them again. We can't handle being all alone again and losing everything we have again. All these things are phobias because we don't know what's always going to happen. We can't say that's always going to happen. We have to, yes, it may have happened in your life, but we have to figure out why. Okay, that's what I constantly keep saying. You have to look inside yourself. If you look outside and say everybody's done me wrong and society's bad, that's a normal, if you think everyone's done you wrong and you've had no part in it, a normal feeling would be that, you know, society's bad and this can't work. This will never work. But what you're doing is that's depression, okay? A damaged brain cannot tell you positive, good, happy things. No, they're negative and dooming. A depressed brain will always tell you you will never get better. Okay? Is what happened is we believe when we isolate that we're safe, don't we? You know, hey, as long as I'm not dating anybody, I can't get hurt again. As long as I'm not out there meeting more women, or I'm not out there meeting more men, then I won't get interested, I won't have feelings, I won't get attached, I won't care, I won't get hurt. But what we're really doing is disengaging from life, because these relationships is what we need, it's what we live for. You cannot be by yourself forever. Okay, there are people that try this and they don't succeed. It's miserable. And a lot of people end up dying trying to do that. They just die. They wither away. We need society, okay? We need it. We need people. We have to feel needed and loved. How? We have to be productive. We have to be productive members in society as well. We have to produce something, give something to get something, okay? Like I said before, a broken, damaged brain convinces you that you'll never get better. You'll never get better. A depressed brain tells you that life will never be better. And that can lead to suicide. Okay? Very, very damning to do that to yourself. What do? The opposite of what you feel like. So DBT therapy, the kind of therapy like that people take, borderlines, really changing conditioning therapy, they'll tell you, if you feel like this, do the opposite. So if you feel like isolating, go out. Okay? Because your mind, if it's depressed, it's going to tell you to do what you shouldn't do. It's going to tell you, hide, isolate. Nothing will ever work. Nothing will ever, you'll never be happy. You'll never get better. You'll never not be sick anymore. So you do what your brain's telling you not to do. You don't do what your brain's telling you to do. Pretty crazy, isn't it? But it works, okay? The more you reach out, the more you connect, the greater your chances for survival. You have to reach out, you guys. You have to. The more you isolate, the more you close the door. Okay? Most suicide victims, in one way or another, are alone. Even if they have people in their life, they felt alone. And they didn't reach out. They kept it inside and they dealt with it on their own. And it does not work. Okay? You need support, you guys. We believe others can get better before us. We always think that, yeah, you can get better. Or someone can look at me and say, yeah, you healed, you got better, but I can't. We're very damning to ourselves. If 100 people knew you were going to get better, you probably would. If you had 100 different people there for you, supporting you, saying, yeah, you're going to get better, everything's going to be okay, you will. Okay? No support? You have no support? Then reach out and get it, you guys. Reach out and get it. You can't wait for the world to do it for you. Here's the thing. I know you guys understand, or I know you guys experienced after this really bad relationship you came out of, and you try to talk to people about it, and you're like, they don't understand, they don't listen. I promise you, people generally want to help. They benefit from helping people. It makes them feel good. This situation, when you guys came at them, like, oh my God, you won't believe what happened, this person did this. They don't know how to help. That's all. Okay? If it was easier for them to help and then they could help you, they would feel great about it themselves. But since they can't help you, they feel bad. They don't want to deal with it. I can't help you. Whoa. Calm down. Just calm down and ask for help. Ask for someone to listen to you sometimes. Go get professional help. That's totally okay. The more people you have in your corner, the more support you have, the better your chances are for survival always through everything. Okay? You cannot do these things alone. You can't. I'm telling you. You cannot do this alone because this is about relationships. So if you try and do it alone, you are giving up on relationships. It won't work. You need to be successful in relationships. You have failures now. If you don't keep trying, then all you have is failures. It won't work. You need attachment. You need love. You need to be needed. Okay? I help people more that ask me, If someone asks me for help and I help them so much more than if I try to keep helping someone that won't, really receptive to it or doesn't ask me. It's the people that reach out. Okay, I'm serious. Join Team You. Okay, you guys? Seriously. Join your own team and allow others to join and ask that they do. Okay? I hope this helps you guys. Any questions you have about this, go down below and ask me. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Like I said, I'm putting this in a playlist. There's several more videos about C-PTSD that I hope will help you understand. Most of this is about just understanding. Okay? If you at least know what all this is, you can at least know how to change it, how to work on it, and you can know how to think and feel. A lot of these feelings we have, we don't understand. Okay, and if we don't understand them, we don't know how to react. We don't know how to feel, how to think. It kind of takes us over, doesn't it? And it doesn't have to at all. Okay? You can control this, and then eventually you help it. Okay? Thank you guys, all of you. Be sure to always love yourself first, okay? And I'll see you again. Bye-bye. Danny Dog Productions.